and welcome back everyone to the video series dedicated to CBS's Big Brother Season 22 All-Stars. Now, just like my previous videos, I'm going to go into a review and recap of the most recent episode of Big Brother and then get into live feed updates. Now, when we start off where last episode left off, Cody just nominated Christmas and Tyler, and up in the HOH bedroom, he tells Nicole that he is about 55-45 wanting Christmas out of this game. She is part of the Wise Guys Alliance, a different Wise Guys Alliance with Memphis and Enzo, and he wants to put a kibosh on that so that way there's no like secondary behind the scenes deals that doesn't involve Cody. Now Tyler and Christmas are upset that they're on the block together, but they're still optimistic with the veto competition coming up later on. They feel as though that possibly one of them can win it, take themselves down, and then persuade the house to get whoever's sitting next to them out of this game, keeping their Carolinas or whatever their final two is called intact, heading out through this game. Now we hear a lot from Enzo this episode, and to me this only signifies that it took about 10 people being evicted from this house, and this group of people in particular having to be in the house to give Enzo such significant screen time. He's in the DR laughing his butt off, talking about how he's the reason why Tyler and Christmas are up on the block. He is laughing when Tyler tries to tell him about the committee trying to drop off this bomb that's saying that, hey, you were supposed to be one of the targets in the triple eviction, but I didn't go along with it. Cody wanted me to put you up and have you voted out, but I wasn't a part of it. So you should go out and try to win the veto to save me, and then you would be saved as well. Enzo is laughing in the diary room because he already knows it. He knows that Cody's never coming after him. I mean, realistically, I feel as though that Cody's resume is super, super strong at this point. That, I mean, if he's sitting in the final two, I think it's going to be a tough hill to climb against anybody else that's still left in the game, but we'll keep on going with this. And then we get a personal segment between Tyler and Memphis as they are talking about and bonding over the loss of their fathers. It was a very touching moment. We get to see a little bit of why Tyler loves the Big Brother game so much and why he plays with so much passion. I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when he was trying to like almost self-evict himself like earlier on in the season with when Davon and Bailey were up on the block together. But it was a very, very touching moment, and we got to see a lot of emotion between Memphis and Tyler. Now let's move into this week's veto comp called Snapshot Shuffle. And in this game, there are like 10 poster boards that are photoshopped with faces of past evicted house guests at a baseball game. They don't look like they're social distancing, but they are at the game, and what they have to do is they have to put these boards in chronological order on context clues that are in the poster boards. Like Nicole has a 3 ice cream scoop cone in one, and then it's completely like dumped in the other, or Keisha's beer is full in one and then completely empty by the end. To me, this is not a good veto competition. I was hoping as we move further along into the game, we were going to get something like, hey, put these in chronological order of how they happened within the game, or something that has to relate with knowing the days of the game. Maybe that's going to be coming up in the final 5 and final 4, but this one just seemed so out of whack. And because there's nothing happening within the house, they had everybody talk like individually about what they were missing, what they were doing. Oh, Bailey has a full hot dog. Bailey has a smaller hot dog. Oh, Janelle has some mustard on her shirt. Now she doesn't have mustard on. Like they're talking about so minute details that are just like whatever, that to me I was like, this isn't fun to watch them running around putting boards on there and then talking about hot dogs and mustard stains. I was hoping for something a little bit more, I don't know, exciting. We get down to the results. Enzo and Tyler actually time out, which Enzo seemed like he was gonna time out. But Tyler is normally really, really good at veto comps and comps in general, and for him to time out like this was actually really shocking to me. It comes down to Memphis and Cody wins by an impressive time of just under 5 minutes, meaning Cody holds all the power this week. He's won HOH, he won the veto, he was never ever gonna use it on either person, and then because Enzo was talking about how Tyler was throwing out Cody's name, spreading lies about wanting Enzo out and trying to like divulge the committee alliance to him and trying to get him to flip on Cody. That meant like Cody was like, okay, well, we need to swap this up. Now I don't want Christmas out, I want Tyler out. And that is pretty much it for this episode. Tyler looks as though he is done. Stick a fork in him, he's done, because he is looking to be the one that's going to be evicted by unanimous vote, heading out of this door today, actually, this Thursday. And that is it for that. Now we're going to go into Big Brother live feeds, and you don't have to turn the video off because there's not a whole lot going on. Like I said the other day, this house is dead. That triple eviction really put a number on these people. They don't want to talk to each other. They don't want to hang around with each other. When they do, it's super awkward and very silent. This Thursday's eviction day is going to be Christmas's son's second birthday. She spent a lot of the day yesterday getting a cake ready and piping icing and everything. But ultimately, people are just doing their own things. I mean, Cody's hiding up in the HOH bedroom. Nicole is either hanging out with Cody or hanging out in the have not room by herself. Christmas has been hanging out in the key room by herself. Enzo's just been meandering around. Memphis is exercising and just talking with people who are around. He seems like he's just like oblivious that it's just super, super quiet. Tyler knows that he's pretty much a dead man walking. So he's been like really, really quiet. It is silent, clear lines drawn in the sand, and it really will come down to this HOH comp. But it seems as though that Cody is really, really on a tear this season, winning comps and just absolutely decimating people in their competition. So I don't know. I feel as though that even if he's put up on the block, I think Nicole would be the one leaving if he's put up on the block next to really anyone, but also Nicole. Nicole would be the one to go out, but because he's able to play in the veto competition, whether he's on the block or not, I feel he could just be good. He could be kosher. He's going to be able to win that veto on a whim, whatever he wants to, and he'll be able to keep himself off the block. I just don't see really anybody. I like... The thing is, as we move down towards the coming weeks, I am trying to figure out what everybody's game is that they could sell to the jury and how the jury is perceiving everybody right here. And when it comes down to it, I really, really feel that if Cody is at the end of the game next to anybody, I think anybody has their best shot is against Nicole. I mean, she hasn't played the best game. She is a previous winner. She's made some enemies in the jury house. So I think that if anybody's sitting next to Nicole, they have a great shot at winning. But I also feel as though that Christmas has made a lot of jury members mad. Memphis is not the friendliest person, and even though he can say that he made the committee alliance that made it all the way to final 6 and final 7, that he was able to put that all together and have it stay together for the whole game. I think that it's going to come down to jury management, and he just did not have that with the people who are in the jury at the moment. I think Enzo's super likable, but I think a lot of people would say he played a very under the radar game. I think that with Cody's social game, his strategical game, and how he was able to just beast out these comps, if he's at the final 2, I think it's going to be a really, really tough shot that he would not get a majority of the votes to win this game. But we're going to have to wait and see. Will somebody take a shot towards the end? Maybe if it's a final 3, would Enzo or somebody be like, no, I'm taking out Cody to try to help secure his win? I don't know. At this point, it seems as though that Enzo is 100% cool with going to the end with Cody. Nicole seems 100% cool with going to the end with Cody. The only couple of people that are not cool with going to the end with Cody, it seems, is Memphis and Christmas, and they want to go together. But we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. We have to wait to see what's going to happen with this eviction that's going to be going on this Thursday. Who's going to be leaving? What do you think? Let me know that in the comment section below. Do you think it's going to be Christmas? Do you think it's going to be Tyler? Who do you think should be leaving between them two? I think it's a good thing to get Tyler out. He's much better at these competitions, and I feel as though Christmas buckles under the pressure. Her one HOH and one of her veto wins of the season came from other people's mistakes, and I think as though that if it comes down to the pressure, Christmas could crumble and Tyler has a better shot at winning the comps later on in the game. And also, I mean, both made really bad decisions with the people who are on the jury, but I still think that Christmas has made more enemies and rubs people the wrong way more than Tyler, but I think Tyler has like no shot of winning either if he were to stay in the game and make it all the way to the end. But that's my opinion. What do you think about everything that's going on? Let me know that in the comment section below. And who do you want to win the upcoming HOH competition? Let me know that in the comment section below. But thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really soon with more Big Brother content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.